Hi, I'm back with The Lens, and I'm here with Roland Vogl, the Executive Director of CodeX, which is also the Stanford Center for Legal Informatics, right?
That's right.
So first of all, it's CodeX, not Kodak, right?
Yes, it's CodeX.
I thought I
hope that won't be a Kodak moment for CodeX.
I thought I was being clever with it a couple years ago when I wrote about it, and I was like, the X is actually a chi, and so it would be pronounced Kodak, but no.
No, it's an X as in the intersection between legal code and computer code.
All right, good to know. So I wanted to pose a question to you, which is something that I think about a lot, and I think you're sitting at the intersection of this problem, which is, on the one hand, Stanford Law School is a law school. Its mission is to produce the lawyers of the future. And on the other hand, CodeX is building tools and graduating students that are coming out of CodeX as fellows that are building products that some could see as displacing lawyers.
Right.
And I'm curious, I mean, you're sitting at the intersection of this. How do you think about the difference between training the lawyers of the future to be lawyers and building products and tools and technologies that might be displacing some of them?
Right. I think that's a great question.
Yeah.
Thank you for asking it.
I think about it a lot, and I'm not exactly sure how to think about it and how to talk about it.
Yes. So our center's mission is to improve the efficiency of the legal system.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of interest now in bringing technology to the legal profession.
Right.
And making the legal profession better. We don't necessarily have that kind of built into our charter to just help lawyers, be more efficient. Even though I will say that many of the technologies that were created by people from, the network of people around our center and fellows that are affiliated with our center are squarely in the field of lawyer-enhancing technologies rather than lawyer-replacing technologies. But that just that doesn't mean that that's really our main mission. Our main mission is to improve the efficiency of the legal system through technology. So I agree with you that some of those technologies will replace jobs that are currently handled by lawyers. And you're right that a law school, specifically a law school like Stanford Law School, has as its main traditional role is to educate the lawyers of the future. But I think the future legal market will first of all need those lawyers that can provide these bespoke legal services to very complex problems, and we'll continue to educate those lawyers. But one of the things that CodeX has done also is helping educate them and understand how technology can help them provide their services and their expertise in new ways and better ways. And so that's the one thing. But I think it also is provided a place and somewhat of an incubator of ideas for people who really want to create new things, right? Yeah. And so that's the other thing. And I think that the technology will also. I'm drawing a blank.
It's okay. We can make a jump cut.
Yeah, that would be great.
Well, here's something that I think about.
And lost my train of thought.
I'll give you a
there
new
was
train
a point
of thought.
I was going to.
I'll give you a new train of thought because Stephen Wolfram wrote about computational contracts a while back and having a new language for talking about legal relationships. Yeah. And his theory, I think a lot of us think that we're probably headed for a world with fewer lawyers as technology allows an individual lawyer or a firm to be more efficient, serve more people with less involvement of lawyers. Maybe. In his paper, Wolfram said, well, every time we invent new technology, we sort of raise the base level of the complexity of what we can do in the world. Yeah. And so he says, don't assume that we're headed for fewer lawyers. Yeah. We may be headed for much more complex legal relationships, and we might need more lawyers. Do you have an intuition about which is right, more or less lawyers, or constant, or
that is hard to predict. I think this idea of the lump of labor fallacy, right? Mm-hmm. That there's new technologies will displace some jobs, but they also create new jobs, right? And we've seen that already in the law in the e-discovery space, right? Yeah. E-discovery has replaced a ton of junior associate jobs, but also has created the role of the e-discovery specialized attorney, right? And created new opportunities like that. And I think that will be the case in many other areas of the law also. Yeah. So I think the world's only getting more complex. I think technology can help us get through the complexity in new ways, but I think we will always need people who can, first of all, provide those bespoke services for these new complex problems, but also can think about how you can, create systems and operationalize certain processes in the law and create a system that can serve more people. And so that also requires, that's something I think that law schools have to get in on, and kind of training students how to think of this as the sort of legal information market, how to maybe even productize certain legal services that might displace some work that was kind of human lawyer work before. But I think your point's well taken that the task will evolve, it will get more complex, and so that's a trend. The commoditization, of course, is a trend in legal services. There's surveys out there that show that over 80% of the law firm. It's not it's happening, and so and of course commoditization is the first step towards automation.
Right.
And but there's always going to be new problems.
I think that's right.
That will require sort of the human expertise and the human lawyer to think about how to address it. And it may still be in a bespoke way, but it may also be in a mechanized way. So I think law schools have to open. I think law schools have to open up to this idea, and CodeX here I think serves as as a place where some of these ideas can be aired, and where it's a resource for our students, but hopefully also for the larger community, and so I think I'm quite optimistic for lawyers in the future.
The reason I keep coming back is because I enjoy both the really deep understanding that the presenters have, and that the crowd here has. And I also love being here to experience legal technology with more nuance than you get on Twitter or on blog posts and things. So if you want to learn more about CodeX, you'll find a link in the description below. So thanks so much for being with me today.
Thank you for having me.
In case you're wondering what this may have to do with your law practice, get your small firm scorecard. It's free, it takes just 10 minutes, and if you do it, I think you'll begin to see how it all fits together. You can find a link to the scorecard in the description below, or just visit Lawyerist.com.